Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is a question we have a June 2012 11 variant question number 11. So concentrate how we can do this kind of question. So first of all, we have a y subject. You can see equation of curve y subject, but he said no, convert into x subject. So it is nothing hard to do first part. So let's try. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So first of all, I have to make x alone. So job number one, squaring both sides. So square of y becomes this, and square of 2 become 4, and square of root will finish automatically. And then I will multiply this, cross multiply, this will go up and this will come down. So I can say x plus 1 equals to 4 over y square. I can do in one step or two steps, no problem. One will go in this end and improved. So first part is done, so proved. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe this part is nothing hard. So this is done. So part one done, part number two. He said find out the area, shaded area. Now we have two approaches. One approach if you see from the x-axis, second approach if you see from the y-axis. If you see from x-axis, so above is a curve and below is a line. So how to find this shaded area? Curve integration minus line integration if we go from x-axis. So x-axis. So that is why it will take a lot of time. And otherwise, the way number two, if we don't consider from x-axis, we consider from y-axis. So this is a curve, this area between curve and y-axis. So no line involvement, no line involvement except one thing. And what is that? What is this number? 1. So here y value is 1. But what is y value here? Because at this point, line cut the y-axis. So at this point, x is confirmed 0. So when I plug in x is equal to 0 here, so student, what will happen? Y is equals to 2 over 0 plus 1, and I get a 2. So lower limit is 1, upper limit is 2. And simple, I will do integration, but make sure if we are integrating about x-axis. So what is the area formula, students? Area formula is x1, x2, y, dx. But if you want to integrate from y-axis, so every variable becomes, look at here, x becomes y and y becomes x. So this x1, x2 will turn to be y1, y2. And this y dx will turn to be x dy. So I hope so you understood very well. Now I'm using this x value will come from here, and lower limit, upper limit is 1 and 2, and game is over. So let's start. So how to get a part 2 area part? Here I'm writing y1, here I'm writing y2, here I'm writing x and dy. Lower limit is 1, upper limit 2, and x value is this one, 4 over y squared minus 1 dy. Can I integrate directly? No way. I'm bound to bring it up. This will go up. So 4y to power negative 2 minus 1 dy. Now increase the power by 1. When increase by 1, so negative 2 plus 1 give us minus 1. So minus 1 and divide by same. And 1 integration is y and 1 to 2 limit. Don't plug in it now. Simplify maximum. Power is negative 1 will go down, will become positive y. And 4 is already available. Where this minus will go, we'll write minus here or minus up, or best way minus in the middle. And what about this, students? So y square divided by 2. This is done integration. Now I can plug in upper limit minus lower limit. So when I plug in this 2 in each y, so let's see what happens. So area turns to be, so when I plug in 2, so let's see what happens. So when I plug in 2 here, I got a negative 2. When I plug in 2 here, I get it here, negative 4. Wait a minute, please. Let me check. 1 minute, 1 minute. So 1 minute, please. Let me recheck. A negative 4 over y Yeah, increase. This is a 1, sorry. This is a y. This is a y only. Because I have done already integration. Sorry for that. No need to do again. So this is right now. And I plug in 2 here. I got this answer. Plug in 2 here. I get this answer. Upper limit done. Now plug in 1, 1 in both places. Negative 4 over 1 is a 4 and negative 1. And I get it negative 4. And this is a negative 5. And finally, I get 1 unit square the area. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this part is very, very clear and we have done it. So this part is over. And let's talk about the last part, and that the third part he talk about the shaded area is rotated above the y-axis, find the exact volume. So student, again we have two approaches. If I rotate about x-axis or if I rotate about y-axis, because he said about y-axis. So what happens, student, then what the formula would be? So let's start. So this is a formula for area about y-axis. So student, simple, if I write pi outside and square of x will give a volume about y-axis. So let's start. So part number third, volume formula, pi outside, you see. So same formula I'm writing, students, but only let me write the same formula first of all. Look, student, I copy paste from here. Complete formula, copy and paste here. Done. Now new change, pi outside and square of x will give us the volume. And x value we have already. So let's start. Pi outside, lower limit 1, upper limit 2, 4 over y square minus 1 whole square dy. So student, do mistake of algebra. And let's focus now how we can do algebra, avoid the algebra mistake. Now, this is a non-linear base. Power 2 means non-linear. We are bound to expand by squaring identity. So this 4 over y square will come in first two bracket. 1 will go in next two bracket. And these are very clear. So I'm writing now this way. I'm writing now this and 1 and 1. And I get a pi square of 4, 16 and 2 2s are 4. And 2 4s are 8 and 2 this one. Now is question over? Not at all. I am bound to bring it up. So this will go up and this will go up. So I get a negative 4 and here I get negative 2 plus 1 dy. So let's start the integration way. Increase the power by 1. When I increase 1, it turns to be negative 3. When I increase by 1, I got a negative 1. And 1 become y and 1 to 2 limit. Don't plug in the limit until maximum simplification. This negative 3 will go denominator. So 16 by 3 y to power 3. Negative you can write up or down or in the middle. And this negative into negative positive. And 8 over y and plus y. So now I'm going to plug in upper limit and minus lower limit. So first of all, I'm going to plug in upper limit. I give you one step and then lower limit. So I'm plugging it here, negative 16 divided by 3 and divided by 8. Yeah, correct. And plus 4 and plus 2. I get 16 by 3. Upper limit done. Now when I plug in lower limit, 16 by 3 plus 8 and plus 1. I get 11 by 3. So 16 by 3, I got a 5 pi by 3. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I got the volume part is clear. So the question is completely over and you can see here, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.